We do this every single time, so I'm going to ask you again. Did you see this coming?
4 banners that I thought it could be. Either Genealogy Thracia, Binding Blade, or obviously 3 houses. So at least it was one of those.
That was pretty much my thing. I did actually think that Binding Blade was the most likely, though. It had gone the longest without a banner.
And the
Lily, thank you for the raid.
I was almost certain that Niime would be there, as well as Gonzales. The rest was surprising.
Yeah, I was hoping that it wouldn't be Binding Blade or Thracia, because I really want to skip, but naturally I can't skip now.
Obviously you can't skip as an old woman.
I thought it was only old men, but you're right. It might be old women.
No,
as well.
Evan just likes old people, yeah.
Well,
Dude's technically old, and I don't want to skip her either.
The Mountain Hermit. She's... I don't even remember an ugly hero that we had to pull for outside Merlinus, and that was a 4-star.
We definitely had to pull for
that art.
No, seriously,
actually, they're the first Colorless Tome they scam out of the PRF Tome.
Chat, who was the ugliest hero we had to pull for?
Pull for...
Onto, maybe?
Rebecca.
So here's the thing.
Yeah,
most of them were
her.
4 stars, right? So I don't think it's very fair to count them, because most people wouldn't go pull for them, right?
True.
I guess some people would say Mila because of the feet, but
that is a goddamn
What?
her feet when she's turning into a dragon.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
armor
don't
pin doesn't
think-
even
I
make
don't
any
think Noah's
sense.
face-
Armor pin is a mace. Armor.
It's a mace, even though it's called armor pin, huh?
They should have
Hey,
just called
it's
it
got a bunch of pin.
what's the thing called from Face?
Oh my goodness! Look at these jokers. They're saying the ugliest hero they had to pull for was Fallen Edelgard. Get the heck out of here. She's gorgeous.
Okay.
You just don't appreciate.
Yeah, we're not looking for the most beautiful characters in this game right now.
All right, but I'm just saying, like, it's very clear cut. I understand why ICE wouldn't like try that out in the first place. Like, why would people want to spend money? Again, a lot of people think, for whatever reason, have that like belief that a lot of people who play Fae like have played through a bunch of these games. They haven't. No. So if you're gonna release an ugly character for over half of the player base, they're gonna be like, I don't want to do this. They have no connection to these characters at all. So it's a hard sell. But I guess they waited till now to do this.
It happened at some point.
At least
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite old people.
Know that the Floret will sell the banner to some extent.
No, that's why I was talking about the Ascended Heroes idea, because it now makes more and more sense to me because they're kind of forced to. This way they can double dip into heroes they've already released and make it a very attractive purchase essentially for the player base.
Yep. That's basically how it is. I think that's a good way of aside from the spark, justifying it with a new meta unit every banner.
Yeah.
And also just a free for it. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, this is a banner that... Do you think you'll do well? Before we even go over the heroes. No.
Not
Yeah,
And
even
the
the
banner
main-
itself will do well?
Yeah, the banner itself.
No.
I don't think it'll do that well, no.
The main reason for that being the circumstances.
The circumstances is big. I 100% agree. A Hero Rises and of course Hero Fest is going on right now. Those are very tough banners to skip out on. But even past that, if you don't need a saver unit, this banner is a really hard sell because I don't really know why you would need Hugh, unless you like Hugh, of course, but that's a very small group of people.
Yep.
I would say.
Yeah.
And
like this
Cath
time
is the
last
demo.
year.
Huh?
This time last year, it was the genealogy banner with like Gazelle and Erenice that banner. I'm
And
pretty sure
yeah,
the only reason people would have pulled on that banner like
was for
for,
duels
that one
4.
didn't even
reason
have a
was to
meta
duel
unit.
4, yeah.
That
Yeah.
wasn't even a meta unit banner. That was Beetle flying the banner, with Uranus being kind of decent.
And Lex with the good demo.
Oh, Lex is amazing, but Lex
Yes.
is a demote, so.
No.
Right.
But,
So
yeah.
it's bad timing, not the best representation or recognizability.
There's no way they can. They literally chose the most popular characters left for this game.
Left.
Like, they have no choice.
They
And
yeah,
that's
they
gonna
have
happen
no
more
choice.
and more. It's gonna happen more and more. Now we're getting to the point where Faye has to start dipping into mostly unrecognizable territory.
Yeah, and then they're gonna have to really rely on these ascended heroes. But it's not just that. Let's go over the heroes on the banner because even if they were more recognizable characters, I still think it would be a hard sell because the kits themselves are kind of.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. To a certain degree, I think there's quite a bit of value for foddering, but to use those units, that would be something.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to come off as a hypocrite because I truly do believe in mages that just stack a shit ton of stats, i.e. Zane. So I'm not gonna be like that has no value. But that's all Hugh is, isn't he? He's just gonna stack up all the stats in the world.
Yeah. To be fair, it's going to be a lot of stats, and not a lot of red mages actually stack defense. But still, that is all he can do, which not a bad thing, but not great.
He's
because
ironically kind of like Lou's refined.
Literally, he's literally just. Gee, I wonder why that might be. But
Some
yeah,
second
no.
related.
It's. I don't know.
Because
I think there is
Yeah.
something to it, but the only reason you'd go for this is if you want defense on a red mage that has offenses.
Yeah, but I'm not sure who would want that. And as good as speed defense ideal is, the game right now is really skewed towards you need more damage because you need to break these saber units. So
It has to happen at some point. That's the big thing. You have to demote these things. I mean, bring these things into the pool in the first place. And to be fair, this is guiltless rouse fodder, in my opinion. Or at least as close to guiltless as you get, as opposed to ascended leg yarn being your choice.
Right. So I like the rouse attack speed demoting, and I understand why they put speed defense ideal 4 in. But I'm of the thinking if they really want these banners to do well, at the very least they have to have full kits. Because MTB slot is the commitment here, guys. It's not just hey get Hugh and he's good. The commitment here is get Hugh, get a B slot, give him 5 flowers, at least 3, but get him 5 flowers preferably.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you can just slap desperation and be done with it.
Yeah, I guess the speed defense ideal would not make it ideal, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you still get +7 because you should have a buff.
Right.
And I think that's alright. And you will have the defense again in desperation range. So it's not like it's the end of the world, it's just... I mean, first units are usually, like, hit or miss anyways. Like, the first unit in a banner.
Sure.
They're either, like, surprisingly good, or they're just kind of good. Like, kind of worth it.
Hugh falls into this category, obviously. The second one.
He's the malice. He literally is just the malice of this banner. Malice obviously had more superior fodder, but she didn't either.
I would take Malice over Hugh any day.
Yeah, though she doesn't have a full kit either, so it's not like she's perfect.
Yeah, no, but I think she's more valuable.
Yeah, she definitely has a better place for the meta. I'll give her that.
Yeah. And then to go back to it, we already have a really good free-to-play stat stick mage. Kind of. More in Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan does it just fine, honestly. Probably won't... As far as physically bulky, fast red mages go, which, I mean, I guess that is just the implication of stat stacking. Morgan is so fine. Like, you could get away with him and not have to worry about using Hugh.
Yeah.
I think that's the only generalist mage, though, that I'm thinking... I can't think of many mages that are actually good in defense and speed. It's really just Morgan.
Yeah.
And then, like, I guess you can argue Azul. I don't know.
No, argue Zane, damn it. Okay, but outside of that.
He's not red.
Okay, he's colorless. Even better. With that said, yeah, chat. I'm sure some of you guys are actually happy he was here, but this is not a hero that I'm gonna expect to see many of.
No.
And I don't even value him highly in terms of fodder. Rouse attack speed 4 is really good, chat, but it's not that good.
For certain types of units, that is a kit maker, but it's not everybody's thing.
It's specific, but when you use it right, it is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a slap on his menace.
All right. With that said, though, Menace, the mountain hermit herself, this is really weird because I like how she's colorless. I really appreciate that, in fact, because we don't really have these kind of heroes. Colorless mages, you can count them on your hands. There are not even 10.
Nope.
But with that said, Niime has attack res level 4, attack res menace, which is already making her great fodder. But of course, her tome. How do you say her tome?
Volter.
Yeah, I have fun with
Which
that.
language is this based off of?
Norse.
Okay.
As usual.
Just like, just if you want to say it easily, just don't pronounce the H. Say like Viter Vulture.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just say Colorless Plegian Tome because that's what it is.
Yep.
All right. Well, this essentially what I'm looking for here from Niime is to be like a modern Colorless crap. I forgot her name. Red Tome from TMS. Kyria.
Kyria should probably be somewhat like that, except Niime
No, she won't have the defense.
Well, Niime has to. Niime is going to have a lot of attack and res, but her stats have to go somewhere because her HP is really low. So she's going to have either some speed or some defense.
She's doubling an Axe Cavalier by default, so she has to have some speed, like mid-30s at least.
If it's mid-30s, I don't think that's going to be good news.
I think it's probably going to. They're probably going to dump her defense. Go all in attack and res.
If it's mid-30s, it's still probably fine. Like, if her speed is like 36 even, just full send speed, and you're probably fine. This is the way I'm looking at it right now.
She's our 9th Colorless Mage, says Chibi.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, but with all that said, she's great fodder. I'm not sure who's going to actually use her, but anyone who does know Menace plus Plegian Tome combination, you know how good it is. So automatically, she's going to be a strong unit.
Yeah. For not having a perf, this is as good as it gets.
Yes.
You will absolutely be fine.
But I'm not sure who this is really for. Outside, Nime's in the game.
Guiltless fodder and putting Niime in the game.
Yeah.
And I know people like Niime. There are people who do. So I expect to still
more
see
than you'd expect because of her uniqueness as a character.
Okay, as I said, I even recognized her, so yes, I'm aware. But I'm just saying, for most people, I don't know. If you were a player that never played a Fire Emblem game outside Heroes, this is probably like very weird to you.
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't help. This is like the only old lady that's ever been playable, like visibly old lady ever.
Yeah.
So weird.
Her tome at least looks really nice. I'll give her that.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I don't know what they're doing by having inheritable colorless tomes. Nobody's gonna change the tomes on our colorless mages, but
yeah,
they're probably doing it to future-proof if they want to release future colorless mages.
They probably want colorless mages to kind of become a norm.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with that is they should have done those heroes first, because by the time those heroes come around, Nime's off a banner. Good luck getting her.
True. Well, I mean, yeah.
The only hero that I could think of that might want to use this immediately, the Summoner. That's the only hero.
Yeah, the Summoner would love this. It would be arguably better than Braidable.
Yeah, which is hilarious, but alright.
Yeah, I mean, let me check. Are any of our colorless mages even worth this consideration on? Because,
Just
I mean, you
Bride
can...
Micaiah, I'd say, for like an enemy phase build.
Yeah, if you want Bride Micaiah to not have her effectiveness, but also be more valid as a unit.
Clearly we need guild versions of female lords instead of child banners this year. Yeah, that's the future. If this banner does very well, and Niime is like that top selling unit, they're gonna be like, I see our audience, guild banner it is.
Elderly
Right.
legal card.
Let's do it. Old people.
Oh man.
That'd be so much better than that'd actually be a lot more entertaining than the child banners. Like no joke.
And would be legal.
I think it'd be hilarious, and then the catchphrase for the banner is like "respect your elders" as it beats the shit out of everybody.
Of course.
All right, but yeah, the memes aside, she's in the game. Some people are gonna be really happy. She's a good unit.
Yeah,
and she's not gonna be hard to build. Give her like low attack res or something, or QR, and you're basically done.
It depends on her speed. If she has the speed, full send into that, and you'll probably be fine. If she doesn't have the speed, just go with the mage tank build.
I'm pretty sure she's going to have some degree of speed because her defense, her HP and defense are going to be both awful, and that other remaining stat distribution needs to go somewhere. So
yeah,
okay.
She was by no means slow in Binding Blade. Like she wasn't super fast.
She wasn't slow. She was way down by the Apocalypse Tome that she doesn't have in this game.
Oh, not the arthritis in her knees. Sure.
Winter of the
All
Fine
right.
comes in like 5 years.
Yeah, okay, let's not even think about that. The Master Thief Cath's in the game. Now this has me excited because Comb's really freaking good. So, and Cath is coming after Comb, and I'll put 2 and 2 together and expect good things, is what I want to say.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Cath's
expecting
gonna be
a
great.
very similar stat distribution to Colm, actually.
I think
Maybe
the
more
only
balanced
difference, I think the difference would be probably a bit less attack and a bit more res, a bit less defense. Something like that is what I'll be looking for.
Could be less attack than Colm, honestly. Cath is pretty low in attack. And
I mean,
Wait a
Colm
second,
isn't
Comb
that
actually had pretty good res too. That's the crazy thing.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they're both gonna have
Well, then-
good speed and res.
What the heck is the point here? Is attack res bond plus speed res link? It's hinting towards, huh? And she's obviously not gonna be slow. She's the Master Thief and she has 20 speed. No, that's not gonna happen. So
No,
I
she's
think it
probably
might
gonna
just do it
be.
because to get more color diversity for daggers in there, like just so I guess more people can use them for, I don't know, Pawns of Loki or something, or like counter picking a color. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think what's gonna happen. She has 2 less HP than Colm. So she might have, because Colm has 24 base defense. I wouldn't be surprised if Cath has less than that, and takes some of her HP and defense, puts it all into res. Colm has 32 base res, 24 defense, and 43 HP. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 20 defense, 41 HP, but then you get 38 res. Wouldn't surprise me. But she could have the same attack. Like, she could have just around the same attack, and nothing would change.
yeah, and just as a reminder, Comb had attack res link and she has speed res links.
Yeah, she's gonna be fast. There's one thing that Cath will be, and that's fast.
All right, so this is gonna be interesting.
Oh, wait. Sorry, Muriel
Huh?
also has speed res links, so maybe
Correct.
her stat line will be kind of like Muriel's, perhaps.
Yeah, which is weird that they're doing that twice, but
Oh, the other thing
Yeah.
is demoting of attack res bond. That's what I
that's
want.
gonna be. Yeah, I
that's
think
nice.
attack
That's
respawn
helpful.
are able to demote, and if that's the case, ooh, that's good. That's
No
good.
more killing Winter Cecilia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh yeah. We don't even have it in the main pool at all. It's only.
Yeah, we don't.
wrestling.
All this says is that is never
Huh.
actually expected you to use Rennick.
No, at this point, I really do think like heroes like Hugh. Well, Rennick was different because he's all fodder, but
Well, we're talking
Heroes like-
in the context of green daggers.
yeah, okay, fine. In the context of Green Daggers, especially Rennick is absolutely fodder. I never had any faith in him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rennick. When you have Cath, who is going to probably be almost as good, really.
And she's a girl.
Uh,
Which means sell better.
I don't
Sell
know.
better. I don't think
Use
anyone's pulling for her
naturally.
intentionally. Her.
Just happened to get her in the green pool, huh?
Okay, the one thing that pisses me off so much is her weapon, and it's armor pin dagger. I'm glad it demoted. It's Ryoma's weapon, Sky Mogi. Everyone
Yeah.
pointed it out. Cool.
Fantastic dagger.
It's a fantastic dagger. I agree with that. It looks so stupid. Does anyone see this? It looks like, first of all, it looks like Cath doesn't know how to hold a mace. She's holding it reverse handled. You're not. What the heck is that?
That,
And
that
second
could-
of all-
Sense to be armor effective.
I know,
I
but
mean,
like
they're
it.
just-
yeah.
They
It
could
looks
have just
so
given her
dumb.
a regular looking shuriken, the Sting shuriken from Fates. They could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
thing
that would be
is,
a shuriken.
you see
Well,
how she's
yeah.
holding a dagger and everything. This looks so proper, but in respect to she's. Look, it just looks so dumb. It's throwing a mace. Yeah, that's not a thing.
No, I
It's
mean,
funny though.
whatever.
Yeah,
It'll
fine.
look cool on some units. I imagine. I hope.
All right. But Cath is a good demote, like Home, and having more dagger heroes available is just a cool thing in general.
Yeah, I think this is going to be, especially now that we have Bone Carver from Dean. Just building a dagger is so easy. Unless
You're
you
really just gonna start throwing maces at everybody.
Oh boy. Yeah, unless you
All
want
right.
Vision Dagger from for the half null follow up. Realistically, the world's your oyster for building up daggers at this point, and I think that's really neat.
The Divine Demon. This is actually the highly valuable hero here. I don't want to argue with anyone here, but I think it doesn't need to be argued. This is a 10 out of 10 saber unit. There is nothing here
Yep.
that
Yeah.
I would even question, because as somebody who's like way back when, a year ago, did Young Marth plus 10 Young Marth with support with help versus plus 10 Spring and Tune, and found out I could not kill her. people are gonna see very similar results because she doesn't even count as armor to start with. And how many people use like Brave Marth in like Aether Raid's offense? Like I've only seen that like one time.
It's gonna be Alm mostly. Brave Alm.
Brave Alm? Okay.
That's gonna be a
Brave Alm
problem.
doesn't even deal with her very well.
He won't deal with her especially well, but it won't be great for either of them realistically.
He has to have Sense Scale to do anything because I don't
Every Alm
expect
has
him.
Scale.
Yeah. No, I've seen Alms remove that and I was like, what are you doing? But
that's
yeah.
a mistake. That's a mistake is what that is. But other than Alm though, at least in this current meta of Aether Raids, there's nothing that really threatens Idunn. And even then, it's still blue versus red.
Oh, also, people are talking about whether she's 195 or not.
Should be. There is no reason why they wouldn't do that. She is gonna have very scary stats.
The only thing I feel bad about here is that Grima got cucked. He's not even that old. But what's the point anymore?
Halloween Mail.
He scores 185, right?
Halloween Male Grima from back in October.
Colorless.
He scores 190. Yep.
Colorless.
Oh, he scores 190. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's right after the bump. Colorless, and the fact that he has, I believe his healing is adaptive, so he can actually heal some pretty nice numbers.
He's pretty good, but he never took off the way I thought.
He didn't take off, but he's still extremely good. I can vouch for him.
I do actually see some
every single season.
I do see him a lot, considering the circumstances. So I actually think he's all right.
He one-shots Brave Erica and survives. So
yeah, that's a big thing. But the big thing is with Grima, not sparkable.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Regardless of anything else, he's not sparkable. So no matter how great he is, and I still think he's a fantastic near saver, Idunn's more accessible.
The guarantee Floret as well is going to make this more ridiculous to deal with.
Yep, everybody will be able to send this to Idunn, so that's cool.
If this Idunn really wanted to, she could switch the Wily Fighter off. Which, by the way,
100%.
It still gets to me how it took them this long to release Wily Fighter. The idea of neutralizing bonuses.
I still don't know exactly if I prefer that though. I mean, if you're running, for example, I think Arden would use this well because you already run Attack, Def, Unity, Arden, and he has Guard in his weapon, so Wily Fighter is just better.
Although Slick Fighter is oftentimes
not with Unity.
Sorry, you're talking with Unity.
Yeah, if you're running running Unity, then Slick Fighter is counterintuitive, and if your weapon has Guard, then what's the point of Crafty? Therefore, in that circumstance, Wily Fighter is the best.
Yeah. So the entire point was like only a handful of units would use this, so it really weirds me out that they took this long to release what I consider one of the weaker potential fighter skills.
Yeah, like very niche. There's very few units I think that actually make this one work, but it is a niche that I think should have been covered sooner. I agree.
All right, but with all that said, if you want to get rid of it, because she is a dragon, and I expect her to have amazing res, Dragon Wall would make this very ridiculous to deal with, because her one weakness of being a dragon, if you run Dragon Wall...
Skip Dragon Wall, just go straight to Hardy Fighter.
Oh yeah, you can also Hardy Fighter, but that's such a goofy thing, which people like you do, but like I think it's so unnecessary.
Hardy Fighter, the best use for Hardy Fighter is with a Far Saver in Summoner Duels.
I agree with that, but Idunn can technically do either save. But Hardy Fighter is literally the absolute, you will not remove this unit from the game. Like, they will live the entire time. And I do think that genuinely, when it comes to some of the most ridiculous offensive assaults, that can be useful. Including in Gift Cards.
Oh crap. Can she use Dragon's Ire? It's only for dragons, right? Should be fine.
Yeah.
She can use it.
She could, but why? I mean, I guess you get partial.
She only gets hit one time, so.
Yeah, I guess the partial no follow-up. Well, no, it's not full no follow-up. It's just the defensive half.
It's the offensive half.
Offensive half, rather. So I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing, but you're losing a 25% HP threshold to make Idunn's double easier. And
yeah, I think I'd rather use Dragon's Wrath than going to do anything like that.
And the big thing with Idunn is that she's not going to be slow. I think this is something important to underline. With that
Spring Idunn actually had some speed.
Yeah, with the fact that it's Idunn we're talking about here,
And this one has actually a speed debuff on the foe, unlike Duo Idunn.
Yep, and like base Idunn, who has attack speed def res +4. That speed -5 is going to be huge, because Idunn has so much BST, she can't be slow. Like, there is actually not enough BST to go around. No,
she could be on the. She could be like slowish
20.
as a unit, but not for an armored unit. She's not going to be that slow.
Yeah, she'll probably have like 28 speed, so
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
useless.
quick reminder for people who don't remember Spear and Dune. She had 184 BST, 46 AP base, 37 attack, 26 speed, 37 defense, and 38 res. We're expecting this to be way better, and that's the crazy thing. She's gonna be so. She might be the first unit in the game to release with 40/40 defense res like plus.
Yeah, and like Duo Idunn is still like one of the like a very insane unit for like a far saver. So
yeah,
this is gonna be even stronger somehow.
Yeah, this Idunn is actually border Vector, like, and even better than Vector in a couple ways.
Like,
I
the only
think
like,
she's
trade-off is effective against armored and then adaptive damage in return for not having a follow-up in the weapon.
Yeah, the lack of follow-up in the weapon is the big thing, plus the dragon effective weakness. That does limit Idunn's builds a little more, but on the other hand, she does have a res stat that Vector will not.
No, I think she's a better close save hero than Vector. That's definitely sure.
I don't know about that.
Wow. Yeah, that much faith in Vector. Okay.
I think it's actually Vector's far save that is more in contest than his near save.
Wait, really? Okay.
I'd
Yeah, I
say
understand
so,
to use
I'll
adaptive
counter it.
damage, but like...
Austrian counter is not that big a deal compared to actual stats. And Vector's res is not.
No, the reason why I bring that up is because I can't think of anybody up close who's going to beat Idunn, realistically.
Falchion users. Anybody who has
Yeah,
instant damage,
okay.
for sure.
And if they don't have who?
Anybody that has, like, for example, instant specials, things like that.
What?
Instant
What?
specials like Odor's Brutal Shell or like Brave Erica with QP Moonbow, things like that could still put pretty serious dents in.
That's why I'm talking about like removing Wily Fighter, but I really don't expect Brave Erica to do it, but yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it will be dependent, but it's still. I wouldn't say Idunn has it amazing against those units. Of course, we'll see, but the big thing for me is Idunn's res is going to be so much higher than Vector's that there is no reason why she can't just far save instead. Like,
Right.
her res will outstrip it by like 10, at least. Which is
Anyways.
yeah.
Okay, so the entire idea is like this is easily one of the best savior units in the entire game. We need to see her final stats to like really decide on these things, but I honestly would just recommend people who still need a savior unit just to go for Idunn. There's really no reason not to.
Yep. If you don't have Brave Hector, this is the first time I could actually say you have an alternative.
That's a funny sentence.
Vector still has his build flexibility, but Idunn is a complete kit from default and does everything he does at his max.
I also realized you don't even necessarily have to. I mean, it's slaying, so you don't even necessarily have to run. Like, you have it's so much flexibility here because of her kit as a whole. You can do almost anything.
Yeah, the only thing is you still have to run follow-up on the B slot. That's the only reason why there is some level of restriction. And that's not much, because armors love follow-up, and they have so many options.
Okay. I'm not even sure if she needs it. It's the same idea as, like, you know, Edelgard. You touch her, you explode if you run Special Fighter.
I would never run Special Fighter. There's no A slot that is worth removing just Sturdy Stance 3 when you have Slick Fighter on your, or penalty neutralization on a weapon. Just run.
I'm surprised you say that because there's quite a few things you could do here, but yeah.
Well, it's mostly because, especially if you're running a savior, Stance Breath is just ubiquitous.
Yeah, just do Breath skill in my opinion.
Yeah, as opposed to having a 50% HP threshold on Special Fighter and using up your B slot for no doubling.
Because I would use the A slot for DC, Special Fighter, and then a far save.
Well, then
That's
I just
what
use Crafty Fighter. I just use Crafty Fighter Breath.
Because the rationale is like any unit that attacks from range, that bonfire with adaptive damage, they're probably screwed anyways.
I would hope, but I have been led astray many a time.
Okay.
Sometimes there's no such thing as enough safety in this world.
Sure. All right. Anyways, aside from like potential builds, we'll wait for when she comes out to or the data mine to talk about it more, because yeah, there's a lot here for easily a top tier savior hero. Which, why did she need to be not armor counting as? I think it's overkill.
Just building on her armor effectiveness.
Just you wait, by the way, Idunn's base refine is coming soon. And I think that it's almost guaranteed at this point she's going to have Civil and Shield on that refine.
Okay, I'm really surprised that Sigma Sensei understood the point I was trying to make. He almost like never understands any of the points I'm trying to make.
But the thing I don't understand was why he spent
outside. I agree with the ether, outside of ether raids, but trust me, most, not all. It scares me what units can live these days.
Another Happy Meal. Listen, not enough people have Happy, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not too. That is technically something that Idunn should. That is probably the only thing that seriously threatens a far save Idunn, more so than Vector.
That makes me pretty happy because I run Happy on my defense.
Yeah. So I guess there is one thing. If you do have Happy, then you do have a counter to anybody that tries far save Idunn. If that happens.
But after. Legendary Ticket will cut her down to size Kappa. Oh, that's actually funny. Yeah.
Legendary Tiki is gonna really rely more on that speed stat to keep her headway, isn't she? Because she's defensively gonna be about the same, if not worse.
All right, so chat, I'm gonna go over the poll. If you guys haven't voted already, please do, and let's see who's gonna go for her or not. But real quick, I'm not. It's just too difficult. It's the bad timing, and outside of Idunn, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really interested in anybody else.
I'm finishing my Valentine's polls, and then I'll probably just go here. I'm not caring about this legendary banner coming up, and maybe
yeah, whoever's on that banner, I don't care about. I don't even
legendary banner. I'm skipping the legendary. But
are you skipping a Hero Rises Legion?
No.
No
way.
No, but I won't go too hard on it, I think. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. The big thing is, if it's an all-green banner, I'm putting whatever orbs are left at that point into it, 100%.
It's got to be between 2 and 4 green units. I'd say 3 is the most likely. But...
Oh my god, Gonzales is done by Ipe! Yay!
I sent it already.
Oh, it is. Oh, good. Because Ipe actually did
yeah,
Ipe Cypher art already.
He's done Cypher for Gonzales, and he did a sketch.
Oh, I didn't know that was official art. I didn't know the art.
Yeah, no, that's his actual art.
Oh, that's great.
Wow, that's why Ipe wasn't for anniversary. He was probably working on Gonzales. All right, chat. Will you pull on the new Binding Blade banner? Yes, I'm going to pull for everybody. No, that's me. Yes, I'm going to pull for Hugh. I'm gonna bet at most there's one of you guys who's doing this. I'm sorry. Somebody might like Hugh, but I don't believe in that.
Only thing I like is his Tome animation, pretty much.
I think Hugh's funny. Hugh's funny because when you recruit him in Binding Blade, his stats get lower if you try to haggle him down. I think that's funny.
Oh yeah, right. You pay for what you get.
How's even work?
And so I
know it doesn't make any sense, but it's funny. You can
yeah, it doesn't make any sense because he's fighting for his life out there. It's just like, well, I guess I'm not gonna try, even if I'm gonna die. You know.
If you haggle him below a certain point, he'll just refuse, and then you can't talk to him again.
That's so dumb. All right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give him that. At least he's faithful. At least he's the third unit to get faithful representation like that.
Just in case anyone didn't know, he's Niime's grandson, so...
And Connus' son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would make him Nino's cousin, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
The heck? Okay. Go for Niime, Cath. Send it to Idunn. Imagine Faye giving Roy the upgrade needed to kill Idunn, but stat check still fails. Kappa. Oh yeah, Legendary Roy. When?
He should be very soon. Actually, I think after April.
Better Rin and FGO. Or is a rush actually better Rin? I can't tell. All right, I'm going to see the results. And you guys can see how broken my mouse is. It can't even fully scroll down anymore. It always goes up somehow.
Feels bad.
I know, I need a new mouse. All right. Let's see. Hugh. 0 votes. I knew it. That's what I was trying to tell you, Mr. Dex. I'm like, I don't think people give a crap.
Well, I'm not saying that these units are all popular. I was just saying that if they could have done any Binding Blade banner, these were the most popular.
No, I know, but I'm saying that was not the point I was making. I know, like, yes, what you're saying is logical. Go for whatever still has popularity left. But we're like talking about overall heroes with like in the 100th.
Well, yes, no, I understand that. I was just talking about within the context of Binding Blade, because otherwise they just do a bunch.
Then why'd you say I was wrong, bro?
Well, I was jumping on it a little bit because I was typing that when you hadn't finished your sentence. So I will.
Wow, maybe you should wait for me to finish my sentence.
Yes, I know.
I was just like, wait a second, what? All right. Anyways,
yes. Okay, just scratch you're wrong part, and my point stands. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. 56.5 people are not going for the banner. Yeah, and this is what I expect. The timing's horrible, and the recognizability. And before someone says, "Oh, I played Binding Blade. Congratulations, you're a pirate." That did not come out in North America.
Yay! I'm Geese or Gonzales.
Assuming everybody's from North America now.
Oh well. My viewer ratio is 90% American, so.
Well, I'm sorry for the 10%.
And of the remaining 10%, a good portion of Canadians, so.
Wait a minute, now you're excluding yourselves from North America?
Oh, no, sorry. No, United States is what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like Canada's its own continent. It's like North America, you know?
I hope Americans realize Canada's bigger.
Yeah, you guys have
and
a lot
we're
of
on top.
cool land.
A lot of empty stuff. A lot of trees.
We are a power bottom. We're just
right.
power bottoms here.
All right.
That is not a phrase I expected.
Oh, look! Somebody heard my shit talk and voted for you. We have 1 vote for you now.
Thank you. Charitable.
Oh.
Wow, good.
Just for some perspective on what it means for Hugh to be popular, he got 231st place with 394 votes.
Yes, so in the grand scheme of things, he isn't insanely popular, but among FE6 characters, he's popular.
Yeah, he's, what now, 70 places almost below Brigand Boss?
Oh my god. They should release Brigand Boss then.
They should. At this point, he's just going to be a GHB at some point.
Oh, Honor Medal, no, we're not. All right.
I mean, the only thing on this banner that isn't correlating directly to the popularity is Cath. If they had actually gone down the list, it would have been Dorothy.
Cath doesn't have a vote either. Both Niime and Cath did. Sorry, both Hugh and Cath did not have a vote. Niime and Idunn are the only ones who had a vote at 8.2 and 18.4%. And 2 people said they're going to vote for everybody on the banner. So yeah, this is very rip.
Yeah.
That's to be expected. So there's your banner, chat.